college student posted a video of himself winning $100,000. The bet was that Donald Trump would say the word McDonald's. The video went up in January. The footage was filmed 2 months earlier. Trump never said the word that month, and 50 real people who placed the exact bet all lost. His win never happened. The account was real, the platform in the video was fake, and that clip was one of 1,105 like it. Polymarket paid creators to stage winning bets that were never placed on a counterfeit copy of its own website and pushed them to 140 million views. None of the $1.9 million in bets shown on screen were real. This is not marketing. This is wash trading. It is the oldest trick in crypto, rebuilt for prediction markets. Today, I show you the mechanism. 4 things I will prove today. None of the $1.9 million in bets across 140 million viewed videos were real. The wins were inversions. 118 videos showed the creators winning about $900,000. Place those same bets for real, and you lose 166 grand. The campaign deliberately targeted the one audience Polymarket is legally barred from serving: American users. This is wash trading, the same mechanism token exchanges use to fake demand, ported onto a prediction market. I'm Dana Love. This channel is the one place connecting these dots in real time. Subscribe if you want analysis like this in your feed. Hit the notification bell to see it first. Let's get forensic. Wash trading is fraud. It is market manipulation, and it is over a century old. In a wash trade, an investor or coordinated parties buys and sells the same asset, often simultaneously or nearly so, creating the appearance of market activity, volume, or liquidity, but with no genuine change in ownership, no market risk, and no economic positioning. It's like washing something. The transaction cancels itself out. One hand washes the other, leaving everything essentially unchanged for the trader while misleading others. Wash trading was formally banned in the United States by the 1934 Securities Exchange Act and the Commodity Exchange Act of 1936. It's been illegal for 90 years. A core part of a regulated exchange is curbing wash trading. Cryptocurrencies are wash traded. Peer-reviewed studies, industry reports, and government economists all indicate that nearly 7 in 10 trades on unregulated exchanges are fake. Wash trading is used for 3 things. It'll prop up a price, they can use it to prop up a token nobody wants, and they manufacture urgency, the feeling that something is moving and you're too late. The volume is fake, the urgency it creates is real. That's the entire point. You're not supposed to notice the trades are hollow. You're supposed to feel the fear of missing out and buy in. The fabricated activity pulls real money into a position where the real money becomes the loss. Polymarket did not fake the price tape. A prediction market does not sell you a token. It sells you a belief. The belief that you can read the future and get paid for it. So Polymarket faked the proof of that belief. It faked the winners. Here's how it worked. Polymarket hired a marketing firm called Virality to run a network of young creators. The Wall Street Journal reported 1,105 of their videos posted between December 2025 and the middle of May of this year. Creators were paid $2,000 to $3,000 a month and told not to disclose the arrangement. About 70% of the videos featured betting. None of the roughly $1.9 million in bets shown were real. The detail that gives it away is the website. Many videos were filmed on a near-perfect copy of Polymarket's site on a domain that swapped the lowercase l for a capital I. They built a counterfeit website so fake bets would look real. Then, the inversion. 118 videos showed creators winning about $900,000. The Journal checked those same bets against the real platform, placed for real. They lost $166,000. One creator compared it to a fast food commercial. A commercial for food shows you the food you can buy. This showed you wins that did not exist on a site that did not exist to move you onto a platform you're barred from. And the targeting was specific. Creators were paid only when at least 60% of their audience was based in the United States. Okay, that was one channel. There was a second. 5 days before the Journal story, Politico documented a separate campaign on X. Polymarket's chief marketing officer used his personal PayPal account to send more than $2.5 million to over 800 people between January 2025 and February 26. At least $350,000 of that went to influencers who promoted Polymarket on X without disclosing they were paid. Roughly 490 undisclosed posts. One creator told Politico the company supplied the scripts and dictated when the posts went live. That's not paid promotion, that's editorial control. The recipient list crossed every political line from conservative to liberal. One name stands out. Amjad Yaku, who now serves as a deputy digital director at the Department of War. Look at the personal PayPal. A chief marketing officer routing $2.5 million through a personal account does one of two things. It keeps the payments off the company books, or it documents a practice the company knew could not sit on the company's books. Both readings point to the same direction. In 2022, the CFTC penalized Polymarket $1.4 million for running an unregistered trading facility and ordered it to bar U.S. customers. In late 2025, after the CFTC and the DOJ closed their investigations without new charges, Polymarket bought a licensed exchange for $112 million and won approval to re-enter the U.S. legally. Polymarket was seeking federal legitimacy with one hand. With the other, it was running a campaign engineered to funnel banned American users onto its offshore platform. The clean application and the funnel were running at the same time. Then, the response. Polymarket says it is conducting an audit. Let me tell you what that word means here. An audit run and written by the party being audited is not an audit. It's a press release. The FTC declined to comment on whether it will investigate. The CFTC declined to comment. A watchdog group has already asked the CFTC in writing to examine whether the 2022 settlement was violated. A competitor put the standard plainly. The whole point of a real exchange is that the book is real and anyone can audit it. Polymarket built the opposite. It built a book of wins nobody could place. If this feels familiar to you, it should. In 2017 and 2018, the ICO era ran on exactly this. Paid influencers, scripted posts, no disclosures, manufactured proof that ordinary people were getting rich, pushed at retail right before the retail loss became visible. I documented that mechanism in detail. The total losses from that era run to about $100 billion. The platform changed, the mechanism did not. Wash trading on a token exchange fakes the price, so you believe in demand. Wash trading on a prediction market fakes the winners, so you believe in your own edge. Both manufacture a signal. Both pull you into a position where you are the one that pays. This is the argument at the center of my book. Crypto did not fail. It was captured, and the people running the capture learned that the cheapest thing to manufacture is belief. You were never the player at the table. You were the proof they showed the next person. The Wall Street Journal and Politico uncovered two stories about Polymarket in 1 week. Wall Street stock markets had fake trades about stocks. Mercantile exchanges had fake trades about wheat and copper. That's why laws were written 90 years ago. Crypto exchanges went hammy with wash trades. 7 in 10 trades are reportedly fake. And now Polymarket is faking winnings, their version 2.0 of wash trading. Think about the impact. Prediction markets make predictions. It's right there in the name. Peer-to-peer wisdom of crowds, accurate forecasts. And in Polymarket's case, egregiously manipulated. It's not just all the people who saw a video of a fake bet, made the bet themselves, and lost money. It's also all the people who count on Polymarket's wisdom of crowds, accuracy, and insight. This isn't someone using Binance or OKX or MEXC to prop up their token. This is Polymarket doing it to themselves. It's a self-inflicted wound. My book, The Token Trap, traces this mechanism from the ICO boom to where it operates now. If you want to understand the machine before it reaches the next market, there's a link in the description. If this was useful, leave a comment with the one detail that surprised you the most. It tells the algorithm this mattered. I do read the comments and I comment on many of them. If you've got an idea for me to look about, I look for those in the comments too. And yes, I need to spend more time on Canton and Hyperliquid. Those are both really cool projects. My book is on Amazon. I'm Dana Love. I'll see you in the next one. If this gave you something to think about, subscribe. I put out new analysis often. Drop a comment too. I answer as many as I can. And watch this one next. I picked it for you. Wherever you found me, I'm glad you did. See you in the next one.